Hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. And we do it live every weekday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Chatmosa. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Monday, January 26th. So with me on the mic, I have some fabulous co-hosts. My Icy Chili, my gorgeous Moon, my Libra Queen, and Benji. Hey, ladies.
Hello.
Hey.
Me.
Hello, and shout out to the listeners out there holding it down in the chat, my Hammy and Beezus especially. So, also, if you were one of my subscribers over the weekend, you got a couple of freebies. So, if you haven't checked your email yet, go ahead and do so because I have two great freebies up in there for you. And that's just what we do here, honey. So, make sure you subscribe to a bitch. Head over to auntiederek.com and hit the big green subscribe button at the top left if you want daily hugs and some freebies and fun surprises in your email, honey. All right. So I think we can just go ahead and jump straight into the Tigra.
Oh, tea time.
Well, yes. So you know what we like to start off with.
Diddy know.
And I should probably change that because I don't think we like to start off with it. I just force y'all to start off with it. Well, it is Diddy news though, but in proximity with 50 Cent news. So that's pretty much two people that y'all really don't give a fuck about. But we still gonna talk about them anyway. And I have this link here, the first one from All Hip Hop. You should see where it says Diddy documentary hits 50 million views as 50 Cent proves doubters wrong. So y'all love mess clearly because y'all were watching the hell out of that documentary. So 50 million views. And 50 Cent just proved all his doubters dead wrong. His Netflix documentary about Diddy reached 50 million views worldwide, making it the platform's seventh most watched series in late 2025. Sean Combs' The Reckoning dropped on December 2nd and immediately sparked massive controversy. The four-part series pulled back the curtain on decades of allegations against the bad boy mogul. Netflix released viewing data showing the documentary crushed expectations with 50.8 million global views. Dame Dash and others called 50 Cent a liar about the project. They said he was capping when he announced plans for the documentary series. The Breakfast Club even questioned whether 50 Cent could deliver on his promise to expose Diddy's alleged crimes. Well, the documentary has become Netflix's most successful hip hop documentary in years. It outperformed Eddie Murphy's Being Eddie by nearly 40 million views. Only 6 other series on Netflix performed better during the second half of 2025. Director Alexandria Stapleton crafted a devastating portrait of Combs' alleged behavior. The series featured interviews with former bad boy artists, security guards, and law enforcement officials. The documentary exposed alleged business fraud involving Notorious B.I.G.'s contracts, Diddy's descent into drug use, his beef with Tupac and Suge Knight, and the abuse of numerous women, including his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Diddy's representatives called the documentary desperate sensationalism designed to capitalize on media attention. They accused Netflix of using private footage without permission, including conversations with Combs' attorneys. The streaming giant fired back with a statement rejecting all claims. Netflix said the documentary had no connection to prior projects and that it followed proper legal procedures. They maintained that all footage was obtained through legitimate channels. The series arrived at a crucial moment in Diddy's downfall. Federal prosecutors convicted him on 2 counts of interstate prostitution in July of 2025. He received, as we know, a 50-month sentence and immediate transfer to federal custody. Diddy is currently serving his sentence at the Federal Correctional Institution, Fort Dix in New Jersey. His legal team filed an expedited appeal seeking to overturn the conviction. They argued that that word is kicking my ass. I can say it, y'all. Prosecutorial misconduct. There we go. Prosecutorial misconduct. It took me a moment, but we got there. Prosecutorial misconduct and insufficient evidence warrants a new trial. The Bureau of Prisons lists Combs' projected release date as May of 2028. So it's We have in the chat. I am screaming, y'all. That word beat my ass today, girl. But it's all good. We got back up. It slapped me around a little bit, but I got back up. I'm a bad bitch. It's all good. You can't kill me. I'm a bad bitch. But yeah, the seventh most watched series and 50 y'all love see people be trying to act like they so above the mess. But baby, y'all love clearly y'all love Miss. So there you go. So that's that on that, honey.
Oh, well, of course they love mess. I mean, we still got all these damn, what's some things called that they watch every week? Baddies, Zeus Network. We got hip hop, this, and housewives, that, and blah, blah, blah. Of
Mhm.
course.
And I am certainly part of the problem, honey, because my TV is tuned up every if they go to damn love and hip hop, damn Madagascar, a bitch is gonna be watching. I am part of the problem.
Have you been watching? I think Africans have on their own little thing. Have you been watching that too?
I haven't no, but I did see they have African baddies, and so I saw that. But no, I didn't because I don't actually haven't seen the only thing I've seen on the Zeus network was the Bad Boys series, and that was only because a friend was watching it at his house.
Look, the mess. Folks do love the mess, and Diddy is one of the. I mean, intricate parts of hip hop coming up in hip hop. Like, of course, people are gonna be tuned in to figure it out, but still ain't yet 50. There was some shit you did sensationalize. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, sir. People were saying that's not how that went because we were there. I was the interviewer, and so on and so forth. So he ain't that innocent, but yeah, you
Look,
capitalized on a popular person.
and no shade to 50 Cent Honey, but I certainly believe Toure over anything that he says. Anything that he says, honey. Because Toure literally has no reason to lie about that. So and speaking of intricate figures in hip hop, are y'all familiar with a really famous attorney? They call him the $1 billion attorney, Drew Findling. He has actually he's represented like Big Meech, Gucci Mane, Cardi B, NBA YoungBoy. He's represented a lot of people, and Young Dolph actually gave him that name, $1 billion attorney, back in excuse me, $1 billion lawyer. He gave him that nickname back in 2017. Rest in peace, Dolph. But in other 50 Cent news, 50 is actually doing a scripted drama about Drew Findling. And y'all look again, because I am part of the problem, I will be front and center for this new show, honey. And y'all see, I just shared by way of hot new hip hop. 50 Cent teases scripted drama about top rap lawyer Drew Findling. And first of
Mm-hmm.
all, hey Miss Song, hey Puffy, welcome.
Baby song. Puppy.
So let me share my screen. So there's actually a look. We have a comment. We know, baby. Y'all look. Y'all know I'm part of the problem.
Part of.
But let me share my screen. And so it looks like it's going to be pretty good. So Double XL actually put the trailer for it on their Instagram. So let me play.
Who is this guy? Drew Findling has taken on some of our area's most high-profile cases.
Well, Cardi B was back in court today. What kind of reputation is
Okay, so that's part one. Let's go to the next one.
he have? He there you got. He's a fucking man.
Drew Findling, sometimes called the $1 billion lawyer.
The billion-dollar lawyer.
Yeah, $1 billion lawyer with me, man. you get in trouble, call Drew. That's all I can tell you.
Same old biscuit, just with syrup instead of jam.
Oh, I love biscuits. And he releases it. He's like, "Can you tell I'm getting better at this? I got a bidding war going over this one. $1 billion lawyer, Drew Finley. Tell them I'm not fucking around. Big bag, let's go." So yeah, like I
Was
said,
that 50 Cent saying that?
yes, 50 Cent said that.
Oh my God. Now that's one thing. I see what his plan is. He's not gonna rap anymore. He's just gonna exploit the stories of hip hop throughout the years. Okay, this is
You
where he's
damn
going.
right. Especially he don't put the millions and millions of dollars in Shreveport, honey. He gonna get good use out, baby. When I tell you he gonna become the hip hop Tyler Perry, we gonna be seeing so much shit that's
And
been
drug
filmed in
culture.
Shreveport, honey.
Hmm.
He gonna get that. Hey, 50, I'm available. I'm a working actor. I'm just putting that out there, honey. Well, baby. So I had to put that out there first because now I'm about to talk shit about him, girl. Because now, do y'all remember we talked sometime about his first child's mother, Shaniqua Tompkins or Thompson? What's her last? Shaniqua. And remember how he is at G Unit Books is actually suing her because they felt that she violated a contract when she told her life story. They said that G Unit Books owns her life story, so her uh, breaching that contract, and they're trying to sue her for $1 million, honey. Well, now she's come out to say that she pretty much did that under duress. There was a power imbalance. And I actually believe everything she's saying. And y'all see, I just shared here by way of all hip hop, and it's an exclusive. 50 Cent's ex claimed she was forced to sign away life rights and put, in quotes, "I would suffer." So 50 Cent's ex, Shaniqua Tompkins, says she didn't want to sign away her life story to the rap star's company. She says she was scared into it. Tompkins is now fighting back in the G Unit Books lawsuit, telling the court the 2007 life rights agreement at the center of the case was never a real choice. G Unit Books, the publishing company owned by 50 Cent, is suing Tompkins for allegedly breaking a 2007 life rights deal by trashing the media mogul on social media and in interviews. Tompkins accused 50 of physical and verbal abuse during her pregnancy and throughout the relationship during interviews. G Unit Books filed a lawsuit seeking $1 million in damages, claiming Tompkins diminished the value of the rights diminished the value of the rights it bought now that the exclusivity of the story is gone. In a sworn affidavit obtained by All Hip Hop, she says the deal was pushed on her during the collapse of her relationship with 50 Cent, when she was emotionally and financially dependent on him and under pressure from people in his circle. Tompkins says she was a stay-at-home mother, entirely financially dependent on 50 Cent, and claims he had already forced her to walk away from a house flipping business she ran from 2004 to 2006. Around the same time, she says Fifth started child support proceedings while his team moved to lock down her story for G Unit's publishing arm. The agreement was supposed to give The agreement was supposed to give G Unit Books broad, exclusive rights to her life story, name, and likeness, and restrict her from telling her side without the company's approval. But Tompkins says the way the contract was presented crossed the line from business to intimidation. She points to the alleged role of 50 Cent's then manager, the late Chris Lighty, saying he repeatedly called her, insisting she had to sign the agreement even after she said no. Tompkins claims Lighty didn't stop at phone calls. Tompkins says he tracked her to a Las Vegas hotel room and showed up with a man she believed was his security guard. During this encounter, Mr. Lighty told me that I would suffer severe consequences if I did not sign the agreement, Tompkins claims. She says she wasn't even allowed to read the full contract. Instead, she claims Lighty only showed her the signature page and demanded she sign it on the spot, calling it a take it or leave it situation with no lawyer and no chance to negotiate. Fearing for my life and for my children's lives, I signed the agreement under extreme duress, Shaniqua Tompkins alleged. In her telling, Lyda was not just a manager, but an intermediary and enforcer on behalf of 50 Cent, allegedly making it clear the deal was non negotiable and warning that Fifth would use his power, wealth, and public platform to destroy her financially and personally if she refused. Tompkins says that under those conditions, she did not sign because she believed the terms were fair, but because I felt I had no meaningful choice. She argues that the agreement was forced on her at a moment of huge power imbalance and that threats, intimidation, and fear of retaliation were used to extract rights that I would never have surrendered freely. She also claims G Unit Books never fully lived up to its side of the bargain, saying the company was supposed to pay $80,000, but she only received $35,000 after $5,000 was diverted to a lawyer she says she never hired and knew only as one of 50's attorneys. Because of that, she argues the company did not honor the agreement it now claims to enforce and should not be able to bind her to a contract it allegedly broke first. Bitch, I know that was a lot of information, honey. But bitch, I kept saying 50, honey, you keep pointing them fingers, girl. Remember, 3 of them is pointing back at you. And people, because the streets been new. The streets been new, boo. But there you go. And that sounds very, very possible. This sounds very, what's the word I'm looking for? Plausible that something like this would have happened to her.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it did. She's been having the same story from the beginning.
The beginning, honey.
Like, he ain't shit.
And then the gagger is the way he tried to sit there, try to pacify her, be like, look, I'm gonna just make Joy Bryant play you in my movie. She pretty, so let me just have you play her. Have her play you.
Good for you.
Right. 50, honey.
And here you go, still being a bird.
What? Look. Look, like I said, I know I'm part of the problem. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all face. I love him. Okay, he's problematic, and I love him.
I want so much more for you. You deserve better, honey.
I really don't want to hear about my bad taste anymore.
Oop. And then I'm being called a dodo in the chat. Wow, I haven't heard that in a while. A dodo
bird.
Well, damn.
Well, I mean, Hammy calls a thing a thing. I already know.
He does indeed. And we love him for that. Well, honey, speaking of people who wants other people to do better, honey, Billie Eilish. So remember the last time we talked about her, baby, she said, you know what? I fucks with Billie Eilish. I like that little white girl. She sat in that room full of millionaires and said, baby, y'all need to open your purses. Y'all need to open your purses. There's people that need help.
White folks told the other white folks. She told the other white folks, y'all need to get it together.
She using her privilege for good, and I love that. Well, I have this link here from TMZ, baby. She said that you remember what happened in Minneapolis over the weekend. I'm sure we know. Because the news is full of what happened, and rest in peace to Mr. Alex Preddy. But y'all see where it says here, by way of TMZ, Billie Eilish blasts silent celebs while brother Phineas denounces ICE shooting. So Billie Eilish isn't sitting this one out. She's calling out fellow celebs for staying silent about ICE in the wake of Alex Preddy's shooting death, and resharing a clip of her brother Phineas to show how easy it is to speak up. On an Instagram post Sunday, Billie posted a selfie with a baffled look and the caption, "Hey, my fellow celebrities, you gonna speak up or ... Clearly putting quiet A-listers on notice. Billie's been loud on plenty of political fronts before, so it's no shock she posted to rally support and to judge the silence surrounding Saturday's shooting. Meanwhile, Phineas called out the irony playing out in Minneapolis, pointing out to how the country has long defended school shootings in the name of the Second Amendment, only for those same voices to justify Alex's death by saying he should have not had a gun.
Right?
The gun he was legally permitted to carry, which he never even drew. So clearly tensions aren't just boiling over in Minneapolis and across the nation amid the heightened presence of ICE and Border Patrol. They're now spilling into Hollywood too. Shout out to Billie Eilish doing the work for real, for real. We need more
Okay.
like her, and she's not afraid to speak up, and I love that. So, and this is
Using
the
her privilege.
mhm.
Not to get down this road too far, but what is money going to do in this case?
What
You know
is
what? You are
money?
so right, Club. Not to get too far into that, because I wouldn't even know how to answer that question. I don't
Okay.
have it, so
Okay.
so I don't talk about things I don't know.
Good. Good. There. Good. She's calling out. Then I guess.
Hmm. Yes, good indeed. I take that Phineas though. I ain't no shade. He a little. That's not nice there. Let me not say that.
You know
Anywho,
what? I don't even think just not to go down this road that far. But what I'm white folks need to stand up. Rich ones, poor ones, everybody. Y'all need to get to work. That's all. That's all I
hmm
got to say.
so yeah, we have some questions in the comment. They said one question says, "Should we add her to the list?" And then another one says, "Is the Lord trying to get me to stand a white person?" Possibly. It's okay. Sometime a white person you should be standing is Willa Ford, but just like Cup said, let me not go down that road too far. Ciao. Well, speaking of standum, honey, the queen of deranged stands, girl, Nicki Minaj. And we won't spend too much
uh,
time on this girl because I'm so
yeah,
over
I
it.
heard about that. Good for her. I
Mhm.
know.
Well, congratulations, happy birthday, whatever, girl. But y'all see where it says here, Nicki Minaj will join Donald Trump at his account summit in D.C. with her
Oh,
silly ass.
I thought you were gonna talk about she got to keep her house. Ugh,
Oh
never
no, we talked
mind.
about that when on Friday.
Oh, I must have tuned out when I heard her name. Shit.
Hmm. And you know what? I don't even blame you. And if you're tuning out right now, honey, I don't blame you because, girl, I'm so over it. Oh, we have a comment. Yuck!
Okay.
She stinks like Dawn's farts. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I hope she don't think she still has a rap career. I hope she don't think that.
But the Gaga is though. I think she might because you see how her fans are like undying, honey. They are like they anything this woman. I think just like Trump, they it's nothing that she can say or do that will turn them off. Some maybe
I
a
have.
small portion of them.
I have her last album. Not so great.
I mean, her last few albums weren't that great if you really want to wake it up. But um, so I'm not going to read this question out loud we have in the chat, but sources point to yes, that person is still a fan, which ooh, child. Yeah, from what I understand, yes, that person is still a fan.
Unfortunately,
Hmm.
and we love them, but do better.
Nicki Minaj has been in a whirlwind of political controversy recently for her support of United States President Donald Trump, her claims about religious persecution in Nigeria, and her recent online battle with Don Lemon concerning supposedly homophobic comments about his coverage about an anti-ICE protest at a church in Minneapolis. It's a lot, and there's more on the way. The Trinidadian superstar recently took to Twitter to celebrate her upcoming guest speaker appearance at the Trump Accounts Summit in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday, January 28th, which he will also attend. She shared a post from a fan that went over the Trump Accounts investment program and its economic opportunities for U.S. families. The true meaning of paying it forward, Minaj wrote, early financial literacy and financial support for our children will give them a major head start in life. In some cases, they will end up teaching their very own parents how to invest and what to invest in. This makes me very happy. Per all hip hop, big philanthropists, corporations, and economic business tycoons have also backed the initiative, including Michael Dell, Ray Dalio, Kevin O'Leary, Republican Congress members, and Fortune 500 CEOs. However, it's possible that Nikki will appear virtually rather than in person. We will have to wait and see. I'm not waiting to see shit. I'm not paying attention to that shit. Fuck that.
Fuck that
Fuck
bitch.
that and fuck her.
Her child molester, loving, rapist, ass husband, having piece of shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
please.
her. Fuck her.
Mm. Well, that's that on
Anyways,
that
what y'all
girl.
having for lunch? Cause hell no.
Okay, I might have some more chia pudding.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I don't think I need any more of that. Because a bitch already got a flat stomach, honey.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay.
Congratulations.
I'm about to be wearing a crop top this summer. Oh, y'all. I know y'all could not wait to talk about Mr. Kanye West, honey.
Well, I'm glad because I want
No,
to
we
segue.
we weren't looking forward to this.
Oh, well, some
He
people
mad.
were, honey. Because,
He mad that he ain't the only girl up there no more, so he feeling a little
baby,
dejected. I wanted to say that.
he is on that, it's that apology tour, honey. He is laying it on thick, honey.
Hmm.
Mm.
Well, y'all see where it says here by way of TMZ, Kanye West apologizes for anti-Semitism in full page Wall Street Journal ad, honey. He said, you know what, I want them to take me seriously. Let me buy an ad in the Wall Street Journal, bitch.
My money funny. Take me
Yo.
back, please.
Mm-hmm.
He realizes who runs the industry.
And they didn't put Nikki up there, and now he ain't the it girl. And so, oh guys, I made a mistake. Oh, I bet you did. Oh, you start taking your meds now. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
God bless.
Well, Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, has taken an ad out in the Wall Street Journal apologizing to those I hurt for his bigoted and alarming behavior in recent years, naming his gravitation towards Nazi symbolism as something he particularly regrets. In the ad, Yang blames the car crash that nearly took his life 25 years ago for causing undiagnosed damage to his frontal lobe, which he says affected his mental health and led to his bipolar type 1 diagnosis.
Hmm.
He writes,
I knew that's where we was going.
you know it, right? You saw it. We saw it, honey, coming from a mile away.
Hmm.
Well, he writes, I lost touch with reality. Things got worse the longer I ignored the problem. I said and did things I deeply regret. He continued, I'm sorry, it does not excuse what I did though. I am not a Nazi or an anti-Semite. I love Jewish people. The artist later addressed the black community, calling it unquestionably the foundation of who I am. I am so sorry to have let you down, he writes. I love us. Remember, in 2018, Ye told TMZ he thought black people being enslaved in America for 400 years sounded like a quote unquote choice to him. In the years following, he sold T-shirts with swastikas on them, promised to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, and made a song just last year called "Hail Hitler." This isn't the first time Ye has issued an apology. He apologized to the Jewish community for his anti-Semitism during a meeting with Rabbi Yoshiayu, and please forgive me if I mispronounce that, but Yoshiayu Yosef Pinto back in November. He also apologized for his comments about slavery during an interview with Chicago radio station WGCI in 2018. Still, this time Ye says he's dedicated to changing his ways. He writes, "I am not asking for sympathy or a free pass, though I aspire to earn your forgiveness. I write today simply to ask for your patience and understanding as I find my way home." Hmm. You don't have a home, bro. You don't have a home here no more, baby. We done changed the locks, girl. You can Matter of fact, if y'all see that motherfucker in the neighborhood, call the police. Get his ass up out of here quickly. So, we have a comment. He never let me down because I didn't care for this nigga before the mental collapse. Ooh. We have a comment. This reminds me, I need to put a violin emoji. And you know what? I think I already know the answer to this question. But would y'all like for me to read his entire statement in its entirety?
Nope.
No.
Yes.
So it sounds like the no's outweighed the yes. So, and we have a no in the chat, honey. It sounds like a resounding no, honey. Well, you saw how this article mentioned that song that Kanye made, the Hail Hitler song. And there was actually video of, some problematic people who was Andrew Tate and a group of other people actually playing that song. And then they requested it to be played in a club in Miami. Well, baby, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite, honey. Because I'm sharing this link here from Hot New Hip Hop. Miami club that played Kanye West's Hitler song now faces investigation, bitch. And I think we probably had, maybe have a little bit more clarity on why maybe this apology tour is really affecting his bottom line, and he being investigated. I think I don't have any proof of that, but I think. Anywho, considering how Kanye West's 2025 began with a lot of controversy, his turn towards seeking accountability for his anti-Semitism gave many fans hope this year. But in some ways, the damage was already done. According to News Nation, the Miami Beach club named Vendome that played Ye's Hail Hitler track at the request of various streamers, content creators, and socio-political commenters is now facing an investigation. For those unaware, Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Sneeko, Clavicular, I don't know who that is, I'm sorry, Myron Gaines, child, and others requested the club to play Kanye West's track last week. Streaming services had banned the song for its alignment to Nazism and says a lot. I'm sorry, and says a lot that it's one of the Chicago artist's most controversial tracks. I'm sorry, I don't know how their English was in this track. They probably was multitasking. Anyway, News Nation spoke to Miami Beach Mayor Stephen Miner about this situation, who expressed horror and disgust towards the song and the public display. He questioned not only how staff played the song, but how the venue allowed the concert creators in the first place. Miner said other clubs reached out to him and said they would have never allowed them in as they knew of their leanings. Vendome issued a statement opposing hate speech and relaying that they fired the staff responsible. It's a start, the mayor said about their statement. I think further investigation is warranted. According to All Hip Hop, Stephen Miner's official investigation into the situation would evaluate potential violations of Florida's hate speech laws. Recent legislation moved hate motivated harassment as outlined by statutes like Florida's 1.015 anti-Semitism law from misdemeanors to third degree felonies. In addition, Miami Beach licensing regulations might make this situation constitute a violation of operating practices against hosting hateful activities. Kanye West himself is reportedly furious over this, as a report from Kirko claimed he did not approve of the move. This comes amid his efforts to rehabilitate his image and apologize for his anti-Semitism, such as a recent meeting with Rabbi Pinto. On the other hand, some of the folks involved, namely the Tate brothers, condemned anti-Semitism and denied requesting this track in the controversy's aftermath. Video evidence of that night allegedly shows club co-founder Jonathan Mansour standing next to the concert creators while the track played. So, fuck around and find out, honey.
Like, how could you even? Why would you even have that to even play?
The name of the song itself should have been like, maybe this is not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But we are not dealing with reasonable people, are we? So,
Nope.
Like, why did you even have that downloaded in your repertoire? Like, why? Like, that wasn't smart.
well, I wasn't aware that Florida had like anti-hate speech laws like that.
I mean, think about the population of like Boca Raton.
Mm-hmm. South
Okay.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
I
that
mean,
on there,
They
honey.
retired from New York and all moved down there.
yeah, that's who the main population. That's who that is.
Well,
They
that's
thought
actually
them was
really good to
cute.
know, though, especially after, remember the NAACP called them out and it was like, you know what, y'all getting a little anti-black down there. What's going on?
They've been that. Sorry.
Quiet
Mhm.
as kept, but
Well,
yeah.
excuse me,
In my
NAACP, y'all need to
experience.
stop going to Florida because they're anti-black. That's what they said.
Um,
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, my family lives down there.
Okay, well, see them on Zoom. Don't go down there. You either stand for something or you fall for anything. Let me stop.
Not too much on my stage. Not too much on my stage. That's what we not finna do.
Shout out to the Floridians. I actually love y'all.
I
Y'all crack
haven't
me
been
up.
home in a minute though for that reason.
Remember how I say all the time, I am Funky Dineva's daughter, and Funky Dineva is a proud Dade County native, honey. So shout
Go
out to the
five.
Floridians.
I am an adopted Floridian. I do. I love. I love Florida. I do. I do. I do. Miss it all the time. But they don't always get it right, especially when they voted in fucking DeSantis. We ain't gonna go there though. But
I mean, it wasn't just him. You got Rick Scott before
I
him.
mean, it's been a whole lineage. You're right.
Hadn't been crazy. Hadn't been straight since Jeb was in.
True facts on that. I was there for the hanging Chad. I was there. I lived it. Crazy.
It's crazy that Jeb was the same one.
Hmm.
Man.
Well, enough about Kanye's stupid ass, honey. Child,
Fuck
let's
ass.
girl. So y'all heard over the weekend about that little murderous pedophile allegedly, David. How his friend got caught up, honey.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the friend that picked up the friend for failing to come in as a witness. Baby, how it all went down. So I have this article from TMZ, baby. He was at his mama house, girl, just chilling, girl, feet kicked up, girl, just chilling. And they came in and got that ass, honey. So you see where it says here by way of TMZ, David's friend Neil Langston was arrested at his mom's Montana home. Mm-mm. Well, David's friend, Neil Langston, was kicking back at his mom's cozy Montana home before police paid him a surprise visit Thursday and busted him for failing to appear as a witness in Los Angeles, TMZ has learned. As we first reported, Neil was pictured getting handcuffed by a small army of cops in Helena, Montana, after an LA judge signed off on a warrant, or signed off on an arrest warrant. He was then transported to LA and booked into LAPD's Metropolitan Detention Center on a $60,000 bail. I think we learned we has since posted that he has since posted that $60,000 bail. But anyway, um, public records show Neo's mom Cynthia purchased her Helena home in March of 2025. TMZ reached out to Cynthia about her son's arrest, and she declined to comment. Around November 2025, a grand jury was convened to investigate the death of Celeste Rivas, whose dismembered corpse was found inside David's Tesla in Hollywood last September. Our sources say David is viewed as a suspect in Celeste's apparent homicide, but he has not been arrested or charged. We're told a second suspect has also been identified. So, honey. Baby, some shit about to go down, baby. Then they getting their ducks in a row, honey, because they about to make sure they can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that David and his associates had something to do with that girl being killed and dismembered and her body parts put into a fucking trunk, left to
I
rot.
bet you. I bet you he was a dummy that left the car where he left it. I bet you.
And he
That's
was
how he got
smiling
out
on
of
his
town.
mugshot and shit.
I bet you, because somebody left the car. Somebody did something stupid and left the car out there and forgot.
So something about to happen. And what I think is about to happen is going to be between David, and one of those managers, either between the manager whose house, who had the house in his name that David was staying in, that the
Mm.
police, went up in there and investigate, looking for shit, or that other manager who said that the prosecutor was grilling him on why he didn't call the police. I guess making it look like he was an accessory or something. But David and somebody else is about to go down.
I think they all are accessories. I do. I think they all knew about it.
I
But
guess I
one
should
of them
say allegedly until he's,
oh yeah.
proven
Yeah,
allegedly.
we should say allegedly. You're right. Because that is my thought. Is he probably was the one that left the car out on the street like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And now
Well,
everybody's running around looking crazy because y'all killers and weirdos.
I think they truly thought they were going to get away with that shit. I really do.
Mhm.
especially with the way he just went on about his concert. Because remember, he was on tour at the time the story broke
Yeah,
and declined to comment, and he just went on like nothing happened. Him and the managers, everybody just going on like, "What do you
somebody dropped the
mean?"
ball, Auntie.
Yeah,
Somebody dropped the ball and fucked it up and blew up the spot.
I don't know
because
how you thought that when they found the car with her body in it. Now, somebody definitely dropped the ball. Maybe that car wasn't supposed to be found, and that person, didn't do what they were supposed to do because no way he did that and thought he'd get away with it. So something happened that wasn't supposed to happen.
hmm well, we gonna find out, honey. Y'all know I'm gonna follow this story because we have been talking about it since September.
No, this is a story that we need to follow. Diddy and 50 and but this right here,
Okay,
no.
not too much on my man, my man, my man.
Okay, Dodo. Okay, Dodo.
Yes, honey. Well, speaking of another dodo, honey, Lamar Odom. Now, remember how we just talked about his ass getting caught up in a DUI in Vegas? Well, baby, as soon as he got out, what's the first place he go? To the goddamn bar. And y'all see, I just put here by way of TMZ, Lamar Odom hits Las Vegas bar 1 week after DUI bust. Girl.
Honey, he don't want to get help. He don't want no help. He gonna
Mm.
kill
Addiction is
himself.
addiction is a mother. Is an
Yeah,
MF.
it is. You right.
It is indeed. And this article actually has more information about the arrest that I didn't know. I'm actually just finding out from reading this article. But it starts off by saying Lamar Odom is already back out on the Vegas scene just 1 week after his DUI arrest. The former NBA champ was spotted Saturday night at C3 Lounge just off the Vegas Strip, appearing relaxed as cocktail waitresses served drinks nearby. We're told Odom was not drinking and was simply hanging out and chatting with friends. We broke the story. Odom was arrested last Sunday after cops say he was clocked going 106 miles per hour in a black SUV around 2 a.m. Officers claim the vehicle sped past their cruiser before swerving between lanes, at times failing to signal. When police finally pulled Odom over, they say his eyes were bloodshot and watery, and there was an overwhelming odor of marijuana coming from the car. Odom told officers he hadn't been drinking and initially denied smoking weed, later admitting he had smoked hours earlier, before around 4 p.m. Cops say Odom showed signs of impairment during field sobriety tests, including balance issues and eyelid tremors. He was ultimately arrested and booked on 3 charges: DUI, driving more than 41 miles per hour over the limit, and an improper lane change. Since the arrest, Odom has taken responsibility, telling TMZ Sports he's learning from the experience and is committed to moving forward. The incident raised concern given Odom's past struggle with addiction and his near fatal overdose in 2015. Just like the Chaotic Cup said, honey, addiction is a motherfucker. Now, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, which I normally don't do, especially not with no straight men. But if he's saying he wasn't drinking and he was just hanging out, then. But I feel like you don't have to be at a bar to do that. But okay.
I don't give addicts the benefit of the doubt
Hmm.
because again, they're an addict and they're gonna say whatever. I don't. I don't give addicts the benefit of the doubt. God bless.
Touche. So our next story, speaking of sports ball, I'm sure y'all familiar with Zion Williamson, but did y'all know he had a shoe, like a shoe with Jordan?
Yes,
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
he doesn't anymore.
Exactly. It's gone now. There will be
Because
no.
he's stupid. Because he's stupid.
Well,
I
maybe
I'm
because
not
he's stupid,
sure.
and maybe because of the low sales.
Both.
I
Yeah,
thought it's because he was messing with that girl and
I
fucking
think
with
it's
the
a
brand
combination.
brand.
Yeah.
possibly. Well, and y'all see, I just shared here by way of hot new hip hop. Zion Williamson's shoe deal reportedly coming to an end.
He had been worse shit anyways these days because he was good in college and he ain't doing much.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just have to take your word for it because that's not my line. So,
I'm surprised you ain't picked up on him and his who he likes to mess with. That's the T. That's where the T at. He don't even play basketball half the damn time.
Surprising, yeah.
Look, he a sports ball player who likes to lay it low and spread it wide and not pull out. What I mean, what else is?
And bad
Look,
body BBL.
hmm
To jump
Uh,
back for a second, does Lamar have kids
yeah, he's got
yeah,
grown
with
kids already. A grown daughter.
with
what's
Courtney, right? Or
baby's
not?
the first child's mom? I think it's Liza.
Oh,
She was
okay.
on Basketball Wives for a season.
Oh, okay.
No, he never had any kids with Chloe.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay.
Nope. But Zion Wilson's signature sneaker deal with Jordan Brand is reportedly ending. The former number one pick hasn't lived up to expectations. His time as a signature Jordan athlete appears to be over. Wilson signed with Jordan Brand before entering the 2019 NBA draft. The deal came with massive expectations and a signature shoe line, but injuries and inconsistent play have defined his career instead. The New Orleans Pelicans forward has struggled to stay healthy. He missed significant time in almost every season since being drafted. His weight and conditioning have been constant talking points too. Jordan Brand released multiple Zion signature models during the partnership. The Zion 1 debuted in 2021 with mixed reviews. The Zion 2 followed with improved performance but limited cultural impact. The Zion 3 the Zion 3 dropped more recently but failed to generate hype. Sales numbers never matched the initial expectations for the line. His shoes sat on the shelves while other signatures sold out. Zion's lack of availability hurt his marketability significantly over the years. Signature athletes need consistent court time to move product. Fans can't connect with the player they rarely see play. Zion's signature shoe deal ending with Jordan Brand really comes down to unavailability and off court issues more than anything else. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not on the court consistently, you can't sell sneakers.
Off court issues is funny.
Oh, his Zion 1 actually has some interesting design elements with that separated forefoot cushioning, but the cultural movement never happened because he kept getting injured. The Zion 2 improved on performance and looked cleaner aesthetically, but again, nobody cares about performance shoes when the athlete isn't performing on TV. By the time the Zion 3 dropped, the hype was completely dead and retailers couldn't move inventory. Jordan Brand probably gave him every chance to turn it around, but 5 years of injuries and weight concerns killed any momentum. Now he's in this weird spot where he's still young enough to bounce back, but his signature shoe credibility is shot. Damn, homie. Sad. So, like Moon said, a combination of being stupid and not selling. So that's that on that, child. Ooh, y'all, this next story. So do y'all remember some time ago, we talked about the actor Quentin Aaron who played Michael Orr in the Blind Side, and we talked about his like dramatic weight loss, and he credited that, he said he had a good woman in his life and he's doing lots of hot sloppy sex. That's how he lost all that weight. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he actually just had an accident over the weekend. And y'all see, I just shared here by way of TMZ. Blindside actor Quentin Aaron hospitalized after falling at home.
I thought you were talking about the actual guy who's
No, not Michael Aaron. No,
okay.
the actor Quentin Aaron. He was the one that lost all that weight because he said he was fucking hun and had lots of fun doing it. Well, Quentin Aaron, the actor who played Michael Orr in The Blind Side, has been hospitalized after collapsing at his home. TMZ has learned. A manager for the actor tells TMZ he's been hospitalized in Atlanta for the past 3 days. We're told Quentin was walking up the stairs in his apartment last week when his legs suddenly stopped functioning, causing him to collapse. He was rushed to the hospital. According to a GoFundMe page, organizers claim Quentin is on life support due to a severe blood infection. However, his manager tells us he's stable, communicating with his family and team, and receiving precisely the care needed at this time. His manager tells us doctors are still running tests and evaluating Quentin's condition, and at this time, there's no definitive word on what caused the fall. We're told Quentin and his family are taking things one step at a time. While they're asking for privacy during this period, his rep says they want fans to know they deeply appreciate the outpouring of love, prayers, and well wishes. The health scare comes after a series of medical battles for the 40-year actor. In March of 2025, he was rushed to a California medical facility after developing a fever and coughing up blood. At the time, Aaron said doctors ran multiple tests and believed he was dealing with type A flu and pneumonia. In 2019, he battled a severe upper respiratory infection. And in October 2025, Quentin shared his dramatic 200-pound weight loss journey with us. And that's what we talked about back in October. Because he was fucking, honey. Fucking hot, sloppy sex and lost a bunch of weight. Oh my God. Oh
Maybe
my
that's
God. This question in the comment.
maybe that's why I can't game.
Oh. we have a comment asking, did he fall through the floor? Oh my God. That's horrible. That is horrible. I feel horrible for laughing. That's horrible. Well, that's that on that, honey. May he pull through. May he pull. I hate to hear that that happened to him. Well, that's that on that. Our next story, honey, let's talk about Pras, honey. So remember the last time we talked about Pras, we learned that he got 14 years, honey, for treason, girl. They doing treason up in here. But him and his legal team were working on an appeal. So that judge was like, nah, bruh. But I'm gonna give you a little time, just a little bit. And y'all should see I just shared here by way of all hip hop. Judge rejects Pras Michelle's bid to avoid prison time, but gives the rapper a small break. And since this doesn't have a thumbnail, I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen and read it. So that way y'all can see what I'm seeing, honey. Okay. So Pras Michelle just got some mixed news from a federal judge who basically said nah to keeping him free during his appeal, but threw him a bone with extra time. The Fuji's founding member lost his bid Thursday to stay out of prison while fighting his 14-year sentence for foreign influence crimes. U.S. District Judge Colleen Collar-Cotelli wasn't buying what his lawyers were selling about substantial legal questions that could overturn everything. But here's the thing that might save Pras some stress. The judge moved his prison report date from next week to March 30th. That gives him 2 whole months to work his appeal magic with the DC Circuit Court. Carla Cotelli kept it real about why she denied the main request. She said Michelle's appeal just rehashes the same arguments she already shot down when his team asked for an acquittal and a new trial. The evidence against him was too strong and too much to ignore. The government didn't even fight the delay request. They told the court they were cool with giving Michelle time to ask the appeal courts for the same bail relief. Smart move, since it shows they're not just trying to rush him into a cell. Michelle needed to prove his appeal raised a substantial question that could lead to a reversal, a new trial, or a reduced sentence. The judge wasn't convinced any of his legal arguments would change the outcome of all 10 counts that carried prison time. The legal drama began in 2019 when federal prosecutors brought serious charges against Michelle. Excuse me. They said he received more than $100 million from Malaysian financier Joe Low, the mastermind behind the massive 1MDB embezzlement scandal that rocked the financial world. The prosecution painted a picture of Michelle helping Low funnel dirty money through straw donors into Barack Obama's 2012 campaign. They also accused him of taking tens of millions more to lobby the Trump administration to drop Low's criminal investigation and push for Chinese descendant Guo Wengyi's extradition. Excuse me if I mispronounced that. Michelle's April 2023 trial was a straight Hollywood drama. It really was, though. Leonardo DiCaprio took the witness stand to testify about his party-filled relationship with Lowe, who financed DiCaprio's movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. Former Attorney General Jeff Sessions also testified about the lobbying efforts. The jury didn't buy Michelle's defense and convicted him on all 10 federal counts. The charges included conspiracy to defraud the United States, concealment of material facts, falsification of records, witness tampering, and acting as an unregistered foreign agent. Judge Carla Cortelli sentenced Michelle to 168 months in prison last November, plus ordered him to forfeit $64 million allegedly connected to the scheme. The 14-year sentence runs concurrently across all counts, meaning he serves them all at the same time rather than back to back. Michelle filed his notice of appeal on December 4th, and his legal team is asking the DC Circuit to either vacate the verdict in its entirety or grant a new trial. They're also expected to ask the same appeals court to let him stay free while the process plays out. Baby, that's
I'm
hot.
shocked that we keep having all this conversation
I
about
mean,
it, but he's not like nobody's brought up his cancer. Like he's got a serious cancer condition. Like he ain't gonna make them 14 years.
Right.
I don't
uh,
know. It's weird.
it
But
might it might give him some compassionate relief. Who knows? I don't know.
Uh,
Treason's a pretty rough charge. He just needs a president as a daddy. Look at Joe Biden Jr.
and I
um,
oop. And I oop.
He had what charges in 4 counties. He sat on the board of a foreign company. That should have been a treason charge, but
Mhm.
whatever.
Baby, they all doing treason up in here. Honey.
leave
Just
that crackhead alone.
listen, some treason
Leave
just
that
worse than
crackhead
the other.
alone is crazy.
But yeah, Moon, and you're right. Like of all the stories, because I think since we've learned of his sentencing and everything, like 3 different stories, and none of them mentioned that he's suffering cancer right now. And I think what stage 3, maybe
Of like
if I remember
colon
correctly.
cancer or pancreatic. Like he's not gonna make it. Unfortunately, I mean, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but we know those kind of cancers, especially late stage, yeah, you're not gonna make it. And that's fucked up. He's got to spend his last days in jail like that. That's horrible.
Mhm.
But people think this money, trying to get it any kind of way, is cute. I don't know. Y'all better quit selling y'all souls.
You better for real, especially for something like that. I don't know how girl. Child, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I do not get it.
That's
But
why. What's
to
that
answer,
comedian's name? That
oh,
he on
Dev,
the cusp of that. Yeah. You better
he
stop
out there
playing.
trying to fight his name right now, honey. He was like, I was had. They ain't had nothing to do with this. Even though I may not believe him, but that's just my opinion. But to answer Cup's question, I do not think Judge Carla Cotelli is going to have any compassion on him, simply because she already did with his sentencing, because the charges that he had, he was actually facing up to 20 years,
I thought he
and
was.
she
I thought
gave
that
him
would go in
14.
front of another judge once he gets in jail.
Oh, possibly, because it was based off of what I read in this story. It sounds like she's going to be the one over
Oh,
this, because she said she shot it down. She said you already tried to use the same argument, and I shot it down before.
oh,
So no, I don't think she's going to be compassionate. But who knows? Like you said, treason is very, baby. I don't play around with that, baby. Well, that is that on that, honey. Now a judge who is being looked at for being compassionate, honey. So do you remember we talked about Jam Master Jay's accused killer, or someone who had something to do with it, who happens to have been his godson? Y'all remember we kind of talked about that briefly.
Yep.
Well, the judge in that case, honey, is actually being looked at, because it's like, okay, girl, this is kind of weird. What's going on? So you see, I just shared a link here from All Hip Hop. Judge LaShawn Hall coddles man accused of killing Jam Master Jay. So Brooklyn federal judge LaShawn D.R.C. Hall may have crossed professional lines when she offered heartfelt sympathy to Carl Jordan Jr., the man whose murder conviction she overturned, despite multiple eyewitnesses identifying him as the man who killed Jam Master Jay. Hall said Jordan, excuse me, I'm sorry. Hall told Jordan she was genuinely saddened to hear about his stabbing at Brooklyn's notorious Metropolitan Detention Center. The judge's warm words came during a hearing where she ordered Jordan to remain locked up on separate drug charges. I was genuinely saddened to hear of the assault that happened to you. That should have never happened. It looks like you're on the mend, Hall said to the man whose murder charges she overturned just weeks earlier, according to the New York Post. Jordan was hospitalized after getting stabbed 22 times during a February 2025 brawl at MDC. The facility houses high profile inmates such as 6ix9ine, Nicholas Maduro, Sam Bakeman Fried, and Luigi Maggione. The jail has earned a reputation as a dangerous hellhole that even legal advocates call notorious. Judge Hall's loving compassion came just a month after she overturned Jordan's February 2024 conviction, ruling prosecutors failed to prove his motive for killing Jam Master Jay in his Queens recording studio on October 30th of 2002. Two eyewitnesses testified they watched Jordan fire the fatal shots. Uriel Tony Rincon, who was wounded in the leg during the attack, told jurors he saw Jordan pull the trigger. Lydia High testified she watched a man with a neck tattoo give Jam Master Jay a pound before a gunfire erupted. Jordan has a neck tattoo. High also testified that Ronald Washington, Jordan's co-defendant, ordered her to the ground at gunpoint when she tried to escape. Washington's conviction stands because of Hall. Washington's conviction stands because Hall found sufficient evidence of his motive. The judge ruling dismissed the eyewitness accounts by focusing solely on motive. She wrote that prosecutors failed to prove Jordan felt. She wrote prosecutors failed to prove Jordan felt cheated by a failed Baltimore drug deal or wanted to steal cocaine from his godfather, even though he is sitting in MDC on separate cocaine distribution charges. The court is not convinced, Hall wrote about the government's theories. There is simply no evidence suggesting that Jordan felt cheated by the failure of the Baltimore deal. But the eyewitnesses saw what they saw. Rankin and Hyde both gave emotional testimony about watching Jordan shoot Jay twice in the head during what appeared to be a friendly embrace. The prosecution argued Jordan and Washington entered the studio around 7:30 p.m. with help from Jay Bryant, who faces a trial in May. Washington allegedly stood guard while Jordan approached Jam Master Jay for the deadly hug. Jordan maintains his innocence and claims Bryant was the actual shooter. His lawyers plan to file a bail application next week, seeking his release on the drug charges. The case devastated hip hop when Jam Master Jay was gunned down at the age of 37 in October 2002. Run DMC had pioneered rap music in the 1980s before Mizell allegedly turned to cocaine, dealing as the group's popularity faded. Jordan was 18 when prosecutors say he killed his godfather over the botched Baltimore drug deal. He faced a minimum 20-year sentence before Hall's controversial ruling. Hall's sympathetic comments on Wednesday highlight the unusual relationship between judge and defendant. So, baby, I know that was a lot of information, baby, but woo, child, that definitely does raise some questions. Like, okay, girl, huh? So, I mean, now she's not wrong. That was a terrible thing. Getting stabbed 22 times is a horrible thing that happened, but for you to say something like that and oh, it looks like you're on the mend, after you dismiss two eyewitnesses' accounts in court, it looks a little funny. But look, I'm not the news. I just read it.
It looks a lot funny.
Oh. Oh, we have a comment. Sam's girlfriend was released from prison last week. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's that on that. I will certainly be keeping an eye on this, honey. But that's that on that. Okay. Our next story, honey. So remember, I've been telling y'all I can't wait till, even though it was moved, because I was hoping the trial would have started by now, the Lil Durk trial. But it looks like it was moved, so we will have to wait a little bit longer for that trial to start. But I have this all hip hop article here, and it's an exclusive. And you all should see where it says Feds say Lil Durk put $1 million on Quando Rondo's head, child. When I tell you that was money well wasted, you spent $1 million, and unfortunately, Quando Rondo did not get killed. It was Lil Pab. So just sad. Anywho, Feds just dropped some heavy accusations against Lil Durk. They say the Chicago rapper put $1 million bounty on Quando Rondo's head back in 2022. The government's calling this a straightforward murder for hire case. But the hit went wrong. Instead of getting Quando Rondo, the shooters killed his close friend, Lil Pab. Prosecutors say Lil Durk told his Only the Family crew something really clear. Anyone who took out Quando Rondo would get made straight. That's code for getting paid, according to prosecutors. A snitch is ready to testify about what Lil Durk really meant. The witness says Durk used that street language to put a price on Quando Rondo's life. The feds claim Durk's lieutenants turned his words into action. OTF member Marcus Muwap Wilson and another guy started recruiting killers. Muwap allegedly promised the $1 million reward on behalf of Durk. The deal was simple: fly to Los Angeles and kill Quando Rondo. On August 18th of 2022, the alleged hitmen tracked their target around LA. They found what they thought was their movement at a Beverly Grove gas station. The spot sits right across from the Beverly Center. Three men in a white sedan pulled up on a black Cadillac Escalade. They thought Quando Rondo was inside, and the shooters unleashed more than a dozen rounds at the SUV. No argument, no fight, just straight ambush. But they got the wrong person. Bullets hit Lil Pab instead, and he died at the hospital later. A viral video showed Quando Rondo screaming as first prosecutors pulled Lil Pab's body from the shot up vehicle. The wrong person paid the ultimate price. LAPD called it a planned hit from the jump. Prosecutors claim Lil Durk did more than just talk. After the shooting, they say he kept his promises to make straight the people who helped. The alleged rewards included jewelry, custom grills, and spots in OTF music videos. Durk also made some of the shooters. Durk also put some of the shooters in song lyrics released after Lil Pab's death. Feds argue those perks count as anything of value under federal law. The rewards offered real money and street credibility inside Durk's camp. This whole beef traces back to 2020. King Von, who was shot and killed outside an Atlanta hookah lounge. The shooting involved Quando Rondo's crew. Federal authorities say that the earlier killing started a deadly feud. The bad blood between Durk's camp and Quando Rondo's people set the stage for the LA ambush. Durk's asking the judge for more details about the government's case. He wants prosecutors to spell out exactly how they plan to prove their theory at trial. The government pushed back hard. They say that the existing indictment and evidence already give Durk full notice. Their theory is clear. Durk ordered the hit on Quando Rondo and rewarded the shooters, even though they killed Lil Pab instead. Prosecutors stress they don't have to reveal every detail months before trial. They say the defense is not entitled to a roadmap of their strategy. The $1 million offer, the alleged recruiting, and the post-shooting rewards give Lil Durk clear notice of what he's facing. That's enough for now, according to the government. Durk's trial was pushed back from January to late April of 2026. His lawyers say they were ready to go, but his co-defendants needed more time. Durk has pled not guilty to all charges and remains presumed innocent. His April 2026 trial date approaches as the case continues to unfold. Baby, I know that was a lot, but $1 million, honey. And I guess according to the government, it was paid out through jewelry, grills, spots in the OTF videos, and all of that. So, child, just senseless violence. That child, crazy. But again, I certainly will be following this trial. And while we still talking about Lil Durk and that murder for hire case, because remember they mentioned that he did put the shooters in song lyrics, after Lil Pab was killed and stuff, and the The government is trying to use those song lyrics against him. Well, it looks like he is fighting to have that removed from trial. And you see, I just shared from Hot New Hip Hop, Lil Durk demands removal of his music as murder for hire trial evidence. So they were like, don't listen to that. I mean, we just talking, honey. Don't listen to that. We don't need that in evidence. Well, the use of hip hop lyrics in court has always been a controversial legal matter, and Lil Durk's murder for hire trial is the latest example of that. According to Complex, his legal team wants the courts to remove a dozen lyric snippets, songs, and music videos from the government's proposed evidence against him in this case. Per, per a brief reportedly filed in court on Friday, January 23rd, defense attorneys argue that this music based evidence pool carries an extraordinary risk of unfair prejudice. They claim that prosecutors' arguments uh, to use this material rest on direct evidence that is inextricably intertwined with their charges against Lil Durk. However, the defense team pushed back on this idea since no evidence confirms when these songs were written or who wrote any specific line. They say this music is irrelevant and misleading in this case due to its general subject matter found in other rap music whose artists are not on trial. Eric Nielsen, the co author of 2019's Rap on Trial, Race Lyrics, and Guilt in America, submitted a declaration in support of this brief. It argues that the proposed evidence is of similar type, content, and substance as a large percentage of music produced by other artists in the same genre as the defendants. Also, Lil Durk's legal team had another argument to try to counter this musical evidence. They pointed out how prosecutors allegedly changed their list of proposed evidentiary music over time, causing doubt in their true weight. Defense lawyers believe the strategy aims to prejudice the jury due to the content matter's offensive nature. Lil Durk's trial begins on April 21st of this year. So we do have a date now, April 21st. Prosecutors allege that he placed a $1 million hit on Quando Rondo that led to a 2022 Los Angeles shooting that took the life of Lil Pab. Lil Durk has denied the charges against him and awaits the court. Authorities arrested him in October of 2024 with many with many other artists expressing support for him. This case also led to a lot of scrutiny concerning previous rap feuds and his lyrical content. We'll see if the defense team's push is successful when it comes to this evidence. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but it sounds like they might have a case. They sound like they. I mean, clearly, I mean, the nigga said, I put the killers there. I didn't hear the actual song and I didn't hear the name of the shooters in the lyrics. But I mean, but he also said we don't know who wrote that. It could have been King Von could have wrote that before he passed away, from a previous beef. We don't know. King Von is not here to defend himself. He's not on trial. So
Who
they
was singing the song?
huh?
Who was rapping the song?
Um don't give me because they don't have the list of songs that the prosecutors have. They just say they just have a list of songs and lyrics and stuff.
Oh, okay.
You will see. Well, that is that on that, honey. We've had enough of Little Dirt. Let's go ahead and talk about somebody else that y'all don't care about. Your Libra Queen, I apologize in advance, honey. Um, Jump scare. Y'all remember that your fly soldier from the Island Boys, right? Island Boys, them. Well, baby, it looked like he is looking to be checked into rehab, honey. Now, I remember we've heard this before, didn't we? And you see, I just shared here by way of TMZ. Fly Soldier checks into rehab months after drug-induced psychosis. So here's just a little quick video of him talking about his ordeal. Let me share my screen. I'm going to say today, TMZ. Okay, here we go.
Hey TMZ, what's it called? So I am in front of the placement center. I'm going to detox right now to get the help to become a better version of myself and to become a better dad. And I'm gonna come out stronger. More prosperity, more abundance. just better version of myself. And I can't wait. I've been here before, but this time I'm gonna take it a lot more serious, and this time I'm more committed. So let's do it. Let's flex, let's stay strong, and let's just pray for me, and let's just make sure that everything goes well. And this is a good news, and this is very powerful moment. So I feel like it's very important.
Mm, okay, girl.
Good for him and his children. Yeah. Okay.
That's cute for him. I just only got one quick look. We have a comment in chat. I feel like we should all have received an apology. I guess not just Libra Queen. So I'm sorry, y'all, that y'all had to go through that. But I only have one question, just one question about all of this, honey. I'm like Flavor Flav. Buck Wild, where the fuck did your accent go? Where's the
There
alien?
was never an accent. There
Girl,
was
I'm like, that sounds like a
never.
Snow White man, honey. That little video. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's that on that child. Well, speaking of
Mhm.
rehab, honey. So it's not funny, but y'all remember how the last time we talked about Andy Dick, he was pretty much clear. I don't have any plans on going to rehab. But then some friends around him, they was like, look, bruh, no, you need to do something. It's getting crazy. So,
Mhm.
well, honey, it looks like Andy Dick has checked out. So he was in it for a little bit, but he has checked out. And it says, by way of TMZ, Andy Dick checks out of rehab, now living in sober facility. So good for him. I know based off of what we've seen before that it's not where he wants to be, but congrats to him.
50 days ain't long enough.
Wake it up,
Uh,
chill, especially after
I
what we've
was
seen,
like,
girl.
when did he go into rehab? I thought he said he didn't want to go. I didn't even, did we miss the story that he went into rehab?
We talked about it because it was one of his friends that encouraged him to do so. I forgot the friend, but it was somebody famous as well who um who struggled
Oh,
with addiction.
I thought he was like, and what's that got to do with me? I'm not going, but okay.
Okay, and look, oh, this look like a little nice little place over here by this library. Let me take me a little nap, honey. Oh, I'm
That
sorry.
fool there, boy.
That's horrible. I'm sorry. But Andy Dick has left rehab just shy of 50 days after checking in, TMZ has learned. Andy tells us he's now living at a sober living facility near Beverly Hills as he continues focusing on his recovery. He says he's taking things one day at a time and staying focused on sobriety as he transitions into the next phase of his recovery. We broke the story. Andy entered a rehab facility in the Palm Springs area around the beginning of December with the help of his celebrity rehab co star and longtime friend Jennifer Jimenez, along with her husband, Tim Ryan. Okay, so that's who it was Jennifer and Tim.
Mm.
Mhm. So when Andy spoke out to us at the time, he said he was grateful to be getting help and motivated to turn things around. As we reported, Jennifer and Tim were also able to secure Andy a full ride scholarship offer through their connections to the treatment center, meaning his stay in rehab wasn't coming out of his own pocket. This all came after a troubling incident in December when we broke the story of a video showing Andy slumped over on a Hollywood street while bystanders administered Narcan, a medication used to reverse the effects of an opioid overdose, to the passed out actor. Paramedics responded to the scene, though Andy was not taken to the hospital. So, like Chill said, after that and after having to need things like Narcan to be revived from a possible overdose and stuff, baby, 50 days is not nearly enough to be
For as long as he's been an addict and been in rehab multiple times, it's not like this is his first rodeo.
hmm Look, we have a comment in the chat talking about Jimenez. Girl, you know that word just like that word earlier. You know that name is kicking my ass, honey. I'm gonna say it right one day. Jimenez. Him, see, Jimenez. Uh, yeah. But no, so it's not exactly the same because this Jennifer person actually spells hers with a G. So I wonder if it's a different pronunciation, like when you spell it with a G. Probably not. But that's that on that. And look, what BB be saying all the time. Congratulations, happy birthday. There you go. Um. Oh, I got 3 more stories left. This next one, y'all. Have y'all heard about Mick Jagger? What's going on with Mick Jagger's family?
No.
Well, his son-in-law is missing.
Oh.
Missing in the UK. Yeah, a granddaughter, a grandson-in-law rather.
Oh
So,
wow.
y'all see, I just shared here by way of TMZ. Mick Jagger family launches desperate search for missing relative in the UK. So, and then I guess I can share my screen so y'all can see the photos of the person. So, tough times for Sir Mick Jagger's family. A desperate search is underway for his granddaughter, Assisi Jackson's longtime partner, who vanished in Cornwall, UK. Alexander Key, a 37-year-old chef, was last seen Friday afternoon at the Cobweb Inn in the village of Boscastle around 2:30 p.m. CCTV shows him leaving about an hour later, and by Saturday night, he was reported missing to Devon and Cornwall police, the Telegraph reports. And this is him here. Assisi's mother, jewelry designer Jay Jagger, Mick and Bianca's daughter, share photos of Alexander in a plea for help, showing him in a bright orange jacket with peroxide blonde hair. Alexander, who shares 2 young daughters with Assisi, is described as medium build, and cops say they're increasingly concerned for his welfare as the search widens across the area. Anyone with information is urged to contact police immediately. Yeah, that's sad. That's scary, honey. So I hope they find him for real. Like I hope nothing foul went
With
on.
that said, I'm sorry, them people were messy for that peroxide bleach hair. Why did they have to say that? Why? That was so messy. Who? What does that got to do with anything? That was so messy.
That was really nasty. Well, look who's behind TMZ, honey. We know Harvey is the king of messiness, honey. Shout out to him with his problematic ass. But as problematic as Harvey is, honey, he is a lawyer first. And I know when I read a story from TMZ, I am getting the most accurate information. And that's why I like when it comes to him, I kind of, especially when he talks about like court cases, I tend to listen because he knows what he's talking about. He's been in there, he's been in the field, and he's done the work. So
Yeah,
I,
and
I
he's a little biased. I still feel like.
a little girl.
Hmm. So
he
his
is
opinion be real slanted.
he is very biased, honey.
Hmm.
But he knows what he knows. And I bring his name up because so y'all remember we have actually been talking about Timothy Busfield and about that trial, and then we learned some new information about the accusers, how there have been witnesses saying that, oh, I'm gonna set him up. If my child is not in this next season, then it's gonna be
Right,
bad for him, and pretty much alluding to them setting this whole thing up.
right.
Well, so Harvey and Mark Garagos on their Two Angry Men podcast, they weighed in on this, and I have a quick clip. And they actually do not think he's going to get a conviction. They don't think Tim. And you see where it says here by way of TMZ, Timothy Busfield prosecutors are unethical and won't get a conviction. Podcast host claims. So it's about a minute and a half long. So let's just see what they have to say about it. And let me share my screen. Okay.
If they had just done a Google search, that would have led them to the PACER, the criminal conviction of the father for multiple counts of fraud involving millions of dollars, who had been disbarred on top of it. And they would have seen the litany of fraud complaints against the mother. You had these allegations that a mother was disgruntled because her kid had been what they call recast.
Not just disgruntled, but apparently told people on the set that if her kids got fired, she would have Timothy Busfield's ass.
Let's talk about the no bail. He went from no bail to no bail.
Right. He went from no bail to no bail.
The fact that the polygraph was taken after he knew the accusations were leveled at him, which can affect your performance on a polygraph, and the fact that he passed, I think to me that gives you game over in a jurisdiction where it's admissible.
So you've got a mother who's vowing revenge, a father who's dishonest. You've got kids who have told the cops that nothing happened. 9 months later, after the kids are under the control of those parents, they suddenly change their story. You've got witnesses who say that he was never alone. You've got independent investigations by Warner Brothers. How on earth does the prosecution, in good faith, file a case against Timothy Busfield? It's outrageous.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Just to besmirch this man's name over. Oh wow.
Look, you saw we were ready to take his ass out. Get his
Yeah.
nasty ass out of here. Fuck
Over
Timothy
children.
Busfield. Baby, we was
Yes.
ready to get his ass up out of here, honey.
This is
And now
crazy.
look.
Talk about his wife was putting herself out there and everything. Like, oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Whatever your name is.
Melissa, sweetie, we are so sorry.
Yeah, Melissa. I
Because we had
apologize.
some not so kind words for you, girl.
Yes, we did. But now, oh wow.
So
Well, yeah. What prosecutor was this? That this is weak sauce. Like, huh?
Which is crazy. If victims to find out these people were lying,
Yes. And they've what already dropped him from some projects and stuff.
when I tell you, this is like everybody's worst fear that somebody would use such a heinous situation to do
Yeah.
that. And we know they have before, but what?
Well, if it's not true, yeah, those
Oh,
parents need to be
he should be able to
prosecuted.
sue.
Yeah,
hmm
they need to prosecute those
Defamation.
parents. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I think that's what's
Prosecution of
gonna happen because didn't he lose Law Order SVU done already done
Oh
cut
yeah.
his episode. He's
Oh yeah, he
already not
lost
gonna be in
money.
a
oh
yeah,
yeah,
he's not gonna be in an upcoming movie.
a demonstrable loss of income behind this.
And tarnished reputation.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Oh yeah,
wild. And
prosecute
and
them.
I know we're supposed to believe when people, but always in the back of my head, I always have this because sometimes, and that is not how, we don't want it to be that way.
Well, when we heard that the mother said if her children get fired, that
Hmm.
started to put like some questions in my mind. Did this
hmm
really happen? And now more evidence is coming out that maybe they aren't the honest, upstanding people. You know,
Right.
Mm-mm.
That's not okay. That's not okay.
It's definitely not okay. And they wouldn't even get this man bail at first.
hmm
Like, you know,
And then other people stepped up and tried to say the same thing. And I'm like, what? So it was seeming pretty legit, but if they were all in cahoots, oh my God.
Baby, we had our pitchforks ready, honey. Let's get Timothy Busfield's nasty ass up out of here. We was ready to go. Whole time he might and like I said earlier, we had some not so kind words with like because she's why you standing by that old you nasty wench? Why you standing by her by that man? And whole time
Talking
he might
about
be
he has
innocent.
the most, but girl, she's trying to paint him like Jesus. And I was like, okay, girl, calm down. You're doing a little too much. But
Mm,
damn, that's crazy. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Because it makes it harder for people who really, really this actually happened to, and it makes them fearful to come out and speak
exactly.
because then they believe they won't get believed because of stupid shit like this. Whew, people are
I'm gonna
so
continue to
selfish.
follow this and see how it comes out. But based off of what and again, Harvey, when it comes to that court, he tends to know what he's talking about. So
Hmm.
Oh, it's we have a comment. It's like what they did to Pee Wee Herman. Yes, honey. I grew up thinking that man was like a whole predator or something like that. The whole time he was just trying to, masturbate at a place where you're supposed to do that. So
I thought
yeah.
it was in a park in a bathroom park too.
It was at an adult movie theater. Mhm.
There weren't multiple times that he did this.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay.
See, look, see. I don't heard so many stories about that whole time he was just trying to get one off in a place where you're supposed to get one off at.
That's what they do
Adult
there.
place.
Like, what the hell?
Yep, an
I was
adult place in an
Hmm.
adult environment.
Y'all almost had me look this up, and I'm sitting here on my work computer.
You better not look it up on your work computer. Let me do it.
Wow.
So yeah, well that's that on that, honey. Well, my our last story that I have for you all. So remember when we first started talking about Ariana Grande, honey, and
Mm.
her alleged boo thing, Cynthia Erivo? And
Mm-hmm.
I said from the beginning, I was like, I do not like the opposite of this shit. Her running up to, this skinny white damsel in distress, and you got this
Mm-hmm.
black lady always coming to her defense. I did not like how it looks. It looks horrible. Well, honey, it turns out I was not the only one who felt that way. And it looks like those who voted for the Oscars felt that way as well.
Oh shit.
Yup. And you see, I just shared here by way of the Daily News. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo creeped people out, says Oscar voter.
Wow. But truthfully, I saw the tweet saying the same thing. So you definitely were not alone in feeling that. Creep people
Exactly.
out.
Now, if like I said before, if her security weren't there, then okay, that will be another conversation. But security was right there, ready and willing to do what they're paid to do. And now she pushed the security out of the way to make sure she protected Ariana. And I'm like, girl, what is you doing? Anyway,
Mm,
well, and now they possibly may have not gotten an Oscar for it. And remember when we learned that Wicked didn't have any nominations, right? Wicked
that's true. Yeah.
2. Well, much has been made about Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo's not receiving 2026 Oscar nominations for their roles in Wicked for Good. And now one anonymous voter has insisted the reason for their snub is they creeped a lot of people out.
Wow.
Grande, who's 32, played the supportive role of Glinda in the follow-up film to 2024's Wicked, while Erivo, who's 39, starred as Elphaba. And now it's been claimed that Oscar voters were put off by the pair's overly affectionate press tour displays, which created multiple viral moments, according to one who spoke anonymously with News Nation. The movie wasn't that great. The two have amazing on-screen chemistry, but spent most of the movie apart. The voter told the outlet's Paula Froelich. It was added. I was also just completely turned off by their promotional performances. They creeped a lot of people out, and in their rush to feel authentic, came off as cosplaying. Daily Mail has reached out to representatives from the Academy over these claims, but has yet to hear back. It goes on to say, it's a bunch of big ass pictures in this damn article. Okay. In addition to their cringeworthy red carpet moments, the actress's noticeable weight loss was called out by concerned fans. Another voter quote published by the outlet read, "The movie wasn't that good, and Arrivo and Grande sucked the air out of any red carpet they were on, and no one wanted to go through that again." Think of it this way:
Yeah.
we were protecting Ariana from her anxiety and Cynthia from having to intervene again. Baby, that was a read, honey.
Yes, it was.
Well, despite the Oscar snub, Grande was nominated at the 2026 Golden Globes, but went home empty-handed. In November, a fan ambushed the Seven Ring singer at the Singapore premiere of the film, prompting Arrivo to step in and act as her protector. The man who charged her was later identified as Johnson Wynn, who goes by Pajama Man on Instagram. Days before Grande and Arriva were teased on, I'm sorry, days before that, Grande and Arriva were teased online for gushing at each other's auras. In Paris, they were asked to describe each other's auras by an Elle magazine journalist. These big ass, but Daily Mail, y'all got to do better with these big ass pictures, honey. Okay. Grande said Arrivo was yellow like sunshine. She added, I think there's also purple. Meanwhile, Arrivo said about her co star, I see like a seal blue, like aqua, and like a sunset orange. Just a quick one. Aren't those the lesbian colors? Anyway, um, following the red carpet moment, one person wrote on Reddit, I can't go through this again, in reference to the movie star's previous cringeworthy press run moments in 2024. One of the 2024 most memorable interview highlights was when the position's hitmaker clasped the Harriet Star index finger in an emotional moment during an interview with journalist Tracy E. Gilchrist for Out magazine. During a sit down, journalist Tracy E. Gilchrist told Arrivo that she'd seen people online discussing the lyrics of Defying Gravity, the stirring ballad her character sings in Wicked, and feeling power from it. Arrivo was visibly moved by the revelation as she replied, I didn't know that was happening. That's really powerful. That's what I wanted. As she spoke, Grande, who also got choked up over the comment, reached over and grabbed her friend's pointer finger in a display of support. Many people poked fun at the exchange on the internet, with one person on Twitter asking, what was this? While adding a screenshot of Ariana's hand wrapped around Cynthia's finger. Is this a sketch comedy show or something? Someone else wrote on the social media platform. Well, so that's yeah. So it looks like that relationship and how it looks and the optics quite possibly turned people off and possibly kept them from awards.
That and the
So
movie fucking
Wow.
sucked.
did it suck? I haven't seen it yet.
The first one was good. The second one, not so much.
I haven't seen people talk about the second one like they did the first one. I enjoyed the first one, and I don't even dig musicals like that. I
Yeah,
thought the first one was pretty good, but
same.
I
I
haven't seen any comments really.
When you do clownery,
Oh my god, here we go.
I think she's absolutely right.
Yeah,
When you do
they're
clownery
touching
and
each other.
protectory.
She's adjusting her necklace and their closeness and holding each other's hands. It was a bit much. It was a bit much. I know they may be good friends and they've made some kind of relationship while making this movie, but yeah, it was a lot to watch.
I agree. And I'm gay. And I love gay shit. But that was just girl, I'm like, oh child. Too much. Oh,
Theater
we
kids,
have a
theater
comment saying,
kids.
fuck Cynthia and her kneecap head ass.
thank
Okay.
you.
Here we go. Y'all hate this
Kneecap.
woman.
Thank you.
Yes.
Why do
Bald
they hate this
head.
woman?
Well, with good reason. She's not very fond of Black Americans, so yeah,
Yeah,
with
she
good
can't
reason.
live that down.
Right, when you do motherfucking clownery, bitch.
Well, y'all, that was all the tea and clownery I had for us today. So before we head out, did any of you have any tea that you want to share or any tea that I might have missed?
Yes.
What you got, girl?
I mean, it's not really celebrity, but y'all remember the DoorDash girl?
Which
Which
one?
one?
The one that was like reporting a man for sexual assault.
Oh, she opened his door and he
Yeah,
was
she wasn't
on the
supposed
couch.
to.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, well, she apparently waived her plea deal and is taking her case to trial. Good luck, girl, because baby, that them white tears not gonna help you because of the fact that you literally went beyond the instructions where he told you to leave that shit outside, and you invaded his privacy and put all of his business on the internet.
Mm.
And apparently, she's facing 8 years.
She taking that
So
to trial? Lord.
listen, she think them white tears gonna do something for her. Baby, no. When you do clownery, you're gonna look fucking stupid.
So I have. This is actually my first time hearing about any of this. I'm
You
gay.
didn't hear the story?
Listen, the
No.
way she was on the the way her initial video was hitting the internet like fucking crack, and everybody was coming to support her, only to find out that she was not sexually assaulted at all. She wasn't even assaulted at all.
I didn't even. I don't know. I'm with Auntie. I didn't know about it either.
You didn't hear about? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
this went over my head completely. I didn't hear any of this.
Hmm.
I don't even remember her name, but I know if you Google DoorDash girl, I think it'll come up. But essentially, she was doing DoorDash, and she came to the internet and basically said DoorDash is not supporting her. DoorDash fired her because she made a complaint about sexual assault from a customer. And she went on this little rant, leaving out her part in it. She just like she complained to them. She let them know that she was sexually assaulted, and she didn't feel safe. Blase squatty, whatever. And DoorDash fired her. That was her. That was her thing. That DoorDash fired her unprovoked. It later came back out that the reason why DoorDash fired her is because she was in the wrong. The person that she ordered food or the person that she was delivering food from apparently had given instructions in the like delivery notes or whatever to just leave the food outside, like leave the food at the door. She did not do that. She proceeded to open up this man's door, and
Who
he
does
was on his
that?
couch, half naked, half asleep. Um, and because of that, because she was offended about seeing his naked body in his own personal fucking space, she felt that she was assaulted by that. You know
Oh,
that
white woman audacity. Oh, okay. That's
yeah,
what we're talking about.
absolutely,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
This
yeah.
it's like the lady with the bird watcher though.
Listen, but where I really again her the audacity and the white tears not gonna get her too far because it was recorded, right? There's video because she recorded it, and everybody's like looking at it and they're like, "Yo, like this is not what you said it was." It's clearly evident that you went beyond the bounds of what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to leave the food at the door. Why didn't
But
you leave
who
the food at the door?
opened somebody's the front
I think
door?
Listen,
his door was propped, like it wasn't open all the way. It was cracked. It wasn't closed, and she took it upon herself to go on and open the
But
door.
why would you
She
do
lucky
that?
she didn't get
I
shot.
wouldn't. I
That's what I
wouldn't.
thought.
Hey,
But
but look, me and Moon over here, like with the same type of quick, because if somebody who's delivered food, on one of these apps
yeah.
before, we're looking at the instructions. So we're not, a lot of times, we're not going above and beyond. Like if the person says in the comments, leave my shit, baby, we doing just that, leaving it and
right?
taking a picture.
Shit, when
But
they don't say
again,
leave your shit, they leave it at the door.
Wake it up.
Hello.
that part. Why would you try and push open somebody? Why? Like that doesn't even make sense.
So I took Quinn's advice and I actually Googled DoorDash girl and it popped right on up for it. And Google gave a nice little AI overview of everything. Her name is Olivia R. Henderson. I did not know that after this, she was arrested in November of 2025, I guess because of this. And
She
they said
should
she was
have.
charged with
Because it was a
unlawful
false
surveillance
complaint.
in the second degree and dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image in the first degree.
She took his picture and claimed, yeah, she was wrong as fuck.
I mean, that's like peak white woman
And
audacity
he
right
sleep.
there.
And she took a
Minding his
picture and
own
put it on.
business, order his food.
And
What?
she
Internet.
doxed him too.
She
Wow.
doxed them. Oh, get the hell out of here, girl! And you're taking this to trial? Oh, girl. Well, who are
Well,
the
her
lawyers
white woman audacity is still at peak levels.
baby? Oh, one of two lawyers is taking this case. It's either Tony Busby or Tyrone Blackburn. Which
Not
one
Tony.
is? Which one is? Because what? Because you already, baby, we don't know shit about the law, but we can all tell you, baby, you already done lost. Are you kidding me? And it's suing for what? You were absolutely fired with good reason. Weirdo.
My God. My God. I
And
Yeah,
let
just
this be a
can't get
lesson,
past the
DoorDash,
part.
delivery drivers or Uber delivery or what Seamless or Grubhub. Read them fucking instructions, especially for a bitch like me who be putting them in both English and Spanish.
Oh, not you putting double. Oh, look
Yeah,
at you.
yes, because especially in New York, there was a lot of Spanish speaking delivery drivers. So I wanted to, make sure just leave the don't call me because I was working at the time. Don't call me, just leave the food on the porch.
right. I think her big mistake was she did all that on the internet before she told
Mhm.
DoorDash about it. And when they
On
found out
top
the
of that.
story, yeah, they fired her ass.
Well,
Because you recorded it,
Mm.
dummy. You showing proof of your fucking crime,
I
big
mean, that
dummy.
was peak white woman audacity right there. I mean, if we was looking for it, there it is. Cause who in their right mind open somebody else's door, whether it's cracked or not?
Yeah,
Why
she
would you
didn't
do
see him
that?
until she opened the door. I'm like, wow.
And then
You
talking about she was
accuse this
abused.
man of, oh my.
Ah,
I'm gonna go see if I can find a video. I want to see it.
that is wild. Like who does that? Like why would you even? I don't know these people. Why would I want to push open their door?
Thank
They
you.
could have a dog. They could have
Just
a
because it's
vicious
cracked
dog.
don't mean open it. Just because you delivering food, you set the food down and you get the fuck on.
Look here, when I tell you I put that shit down and be trying to be gone as quick as possible,
Girl.
Well, I'm just
I'm
saying,
not
who,
touching nobody damn door. I'm
girl,
not
in a
touching
horror
your door.
film, who is always the first person trying to go investigate some shit or investigate that noise? Well, let me just open this door, honey. It's not the black people.
It definitely is not
I heard a
ever.
noise and walked toward it.
Okay.
Like, are you kidding me? Baby, one time I heard, shh, shh, shh. I got the fuck up out of there, honey. I ain't asked no questions the whole time. It was just a friend of mine just sneezing.
Well, oh well. Well, I'll find that out later on.
Later.
Okay, cool. I'm safe. Okay, great. Oh, it was just this. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, they killed
Also,
me with that.
apparently people are dragging Tasha K once again
For
because
what?
she was she was dragging or trying to drag Don't Call Me White Girl, calling her a 39-year-old who's aging like spoiled milk, and people shot back at her like, weren't you just like a couple of weeks ago with Jesse Wu said telling Cardi B about how she picks on black women, but here you are picking on an actual black woman.
Oh, she was trying to mess with Mona. Mona beat
Yeah,
her
listen,
ass.
but listen, Mama is from Philly. Hey,
Mona
I
would
have no
beat the
problem.
brakes off her.
Right, I have no doubt that Mona would whoop her ass. It's just the fact that people are defending her in spite of knowing that Mona will whoop her ass. People are defending her and checking Tasha K on her fucking hypocriteness. Because
Yeah.
bitch, you last week you was talking about you don't fuck with Cardi B or whatever issue you got with Cardi B because she talking about black women, and now you're literally
Mhm.
tearing down a black woman
Mhm.
on social
That
media
ain't
for
did
fucking
nothing to
fun.
you. Ain't did nothing to you.
Not a motherfucking thing.
Yeah. Fuck Tasha K. That's why they said she looked. Her and her husband look like brothers.
Listen, when I tell you them comments on that post was taking me down, you hear me? They're taking
And
me the fuck down.
and that was supposed to be her husband that put that cat. This is not Tasha. This is her husband. I'm like,
Okay,
boy,
cornball.
oh child, the ghetto, honey. Well,
That's like I said. Tasha, I don't like her. I ain't gonna like her. She is out of pocket most of the time, and no, no, I don't see it for her.
yeah, I actually used to like her some time ago, like before all that craziness started. I was because she was kind of like the girl that anytime somebody was talking about, like when Black China and that thing where she had that embezzlement uh accusations with her
Hmm.
friend, like accused her of embezzling money. Tasha
Hmm.
actually reached out to the friend who like because no won't nobody trying to talk to that friend and hear the friend side, but Tasha K. So I watched that whole interview and I'm like, oh, I like her, but nah, she turned into something there. Mm. Well, thank you, Libra Queen, for those pieces of tea, honey. Did anybody have any other tea?
No, I ain't got
Nope.
nothing else.
Well, y'all, you know it is always a pleasure. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. We will be back tomorrow for another live show starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you can make it. Do not forget to subscribe to a bitch. Head over to auntiederek.com and hit that big old subscribe button. Don't you want a hug in your email from me? Yeah, fine. But in the meantime, y'all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Cheers.
guys.